20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Roberto Clemente was a player who transcended all ages and races, and decades later he is still remembered for his work and dedication to improving his home country of Puerto Rico. Roberto Clemente Walker was born on August 18, 1934 in Barrio San Antone, Carolina, Puerto Rico. He was one of 7 children of Melchor and Luisa Clemente. His father was the foreman of a sugarcane plantation and helped deliver sand and gravel for a construction company. His mother ran a grocery store. Growing up, Roberto played baseball and participated in track and field. Throwing the javelin strengthened his arm for throwing a baseball. At the age of 14, Roberto Clemente started playing in the local men's softball league. Even at that age, his talent stood out among the eyes of the other players. 4 years later, he was playing with the local Winter League team, and that is where he was signed by the Brooklyn Dodgers, the same team that signed Jackie Robinson. In 1954, he signed with the Brooklyn Dodgers AAA team, the Montreal Royals, where he played for 1 season. In November of 1954, Roberto was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates, the team that he would spend the rest of his career with. Roberto played 18 seasons with the Pirates, helping the team to win 2 World Series along the way. He was a great fielder, winning 12 Gold Gloves throughout his career. On July 25, 1956, at Forbes Field, he became the only player to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam. He was especially known for his aggressive base running and powerful hitting and his cannon arm. Hall of Fame announcer Vince Scully described his arm, saying, "Clemente could field the ball in New York and throw out a guy in Pennsylvania." In the early portion of his career, while still playing at a high level, Roberto had to unfortunately deal with racism from fans, players, and the media. The media repeatedly called him Bob Clemente, a name he did not want. Even card companies started using that name. Members of the media made fun of his accent and even quoted him in broken English. He was even excluded from participating in various activities with his own teammates. He wasn't allowed on the team golf trip, and when the team went out to restaurants, he had to sit on the bus. He wasn't even allowed to go stay in the same hotel when the team went on road trips. He persevered through the tough times and quickly became a union leader who was fighting for players' rights, demanding better working conditions and benefits. On November 14, 1964, Roberto married the love of his life, Vera Zabala, in his hometown of Carolina, Puerto Rico. They had 3 sons together, Roberto Jr., Luis Roberto, and Roberto Enrique, each born in Puerto Rico. He was a family man, a great husband, and a great father. Every year after the Major League season was over, he traveled back to his hometown in Puerto Rico to play winter ball. He was extremely beloved by the people there, and he spent a large majority of his time to improving the lives of others. Roberto Clemente once said, "Any time you have an opportunity to make a difference in this world and you don't, then you are wasting your time on earth." Roberto was always involved in charity events in both Puerto Rico and the U.S. He even gave free baseball lessons to kids. He inspired kids, especially in his hometown, to play the sport of baseball. He would gladly sign autographs for all his fans. Clemente enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve after the 1958 season and spent 6 months on active duty in both North and South Carolina. He served until 1964 and was inducted into the Marine Corps Sports Hall of Fame in 2003. Roberto Jr. spoke about his father, saying, if kids were playing in a playground, he would stop his car and go play ball with them. He was privileged to play a game that he loved, but used it as a vehicle to help others. Roberto even participated in protests in the streets of Puerto Rico to help improve the living conditions of people living there. He truly was a man of the people. After the Pirates beat the New York Yankees in the 1960 World Series, Clemente did not attend the team party. Instead, he walked around Pittsburgh thanking the fans for their support. In Sports Illustrated, Steve Wolf expanded on Roberto's genuine personality, saying he would rather be late for a meeting with the governor than pass by a stranger who needed help with a tire. Roberto was the first Hispanic player to accomplish many feats in the majors. He was the first to win a World Series as a starter, to be named MVP, and to be named World Series MVP. He was one of the most influential players in the history of the game. On September 30th, 1972, Roberto got his 3,000th career hit, a double off of New York Mets pitcher John Matlack. Unfortunately, that would be his last hit. Many people say that the good die young, and unfortunately, this was the truth for Roberto Clemente. In late December of 1972, an earthquake hit Nicaragua, leaving hundreds of thousands of people homeless and without vital supplies. On December 31st of that year, Roberto boarded a plane carrying relief supplies to the city. Minutes after takeoff, the plane exploded and crashed into the sea. All 4 people on board the plane passed away. Puerto Rico declared 3 days of mourning for the loss of its hero, and the whole world was shaken and stunned by this tragic and sudden loss of a great man. 11 weeks after his death, Roberto became the first Latin American ball player to be elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. With the help of his wife Vera, the Ciudad Deportiva Roberto Clemente was built in his hometown of Carolina, Puerto Rico. Today, it continues to encourage young kids to play sports. Every year, Major League Baseball gives the Roberto Clemente Award to the player who best exemplifies the game of baseball, sportsmanship, community involvement, and the individual's contribution to this team. Roberto Clemente was a true role model in every sense of the word. He was a great ambassador for the game of baseball. His actions on and off the diamond helped to impact thousands of people's lives all around the world. His legacy will live on forever, thanks to his genuine and personable attitude toward everything that he did in life.